to completion and is currently guiding more than 5 scholars. She has impressive She has an impressive 42 years of experience in this field. Now, Dr. Amutha ma'am will take us through the exciting topic connecting recovery, the role of next gen communication in transportation rehabilitation. Over to you, ma'am.
Hello, I think you are able to hear my voice. Thanks for the nice introduction. Good evening to all of you present. I'm so happy to be the part of the FDP program. The topic given is next generation communication. Voice is very low. Hello, now? Hello. Okay. Thank you so much. So, next generation communication system, the role of the technologies which are having the contribution towards the resilient transportation system. Already, how the transportation system was and were able not audible. Okay, screen is not visible. Now it is visible or not? Now, 1 second. Now it is visible. You were able to hear my voice. Okay. Um, So the presentation is going to be on the next gen communication technologies. And let us see what was the transportation system already we have been using and what were the difficulties and how we have overcome by using V2V, vehicle to vehicle transportation, as well as vehicle to anything else, other vehicles or other devices transportation. So this way of bringing back the transportation system to the next level, integrating next level communication, maybe called as transportation resilience. We got some inputs from the from USA and some other sites. So transportation resilience indicates that a system's ability to accommodate many variables, many road conditions. So you cannot check that, you cannot see that all the roads are perfect. There are rural roads, urban roads, many types of roads are there. Let us see one by one. So even if any shock is there, if sometimes what will happen because of the earthquakes, the road condition may not be proper, and there are a lot of security measures made available in the road conditions, as well as resilience can be recovered again and again. What we are doing, 10 years they are laying the road, and after 10 years they are making the road again it is reconstructed. So these kind of activities are known as resilience. And resilience is the ability to prepare and plan and observe and recover from and more, and adaptiveness towards the present condition. So that is what known as resilience is. Adaptability towards the present situation wherever we go. So the road should also adapt itself. How the road can be adapted, because a lot of buildings are being constructed. The earlier earth condition won't be existing nowadays. Even if you go away from your city and come after 10 years or 20 years, you cannot able to identify your city or village because of a lot of new buildings and new malls and other things, and it is very difficult for us to understand where we are actually available. So that is how That is why we need to make the transportation systems to be more resilient. So resilient transportation system is nothing but because of the diversity, redundancy, efficiency, autonomy, and all that have to be included in the resilient transportation system. And it should also accommodate the people's necessity into the resilient transportation system. So resilient transportation system can effectively accommodate all the conditions. So the construction of the projects, whichever is being constructed, many projects will be in will be built on both sides of the roads, on different places. Almost in all the places of the country is connected with roads, because all the people are utilizing road. We have our public transportation through the road transportation only. Not only road transportation, rail transportation, and all the other types of transportations are available. And our technologies, communication technologies, as we know about the communication technologies, 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, 6G, etc., LTE, and all that, 3GPP, and all the other technologies what are available now. We are all utilizing all the technologies through our mobile phone, through our laptops, through our TV, through all the electronic gadgets, even all our washing machines, fans, and all our household items, all the machines which are available in the industries, everything is using the communication technology in such a way that the technology can also be incorporated into the roadside communication technology. Whereas we can also see the tolls, as well as we can also see the cameras which are inbuilt, automatic autonomous cameras which are inbuilt on both sides of the roads, and they are in the middle of the road, or in the or in between the roads. The cameras are situated and located, and they'll be watching how many vehicles are coming, and what is the overspeed, and whether anybody is violating the rules and all. So in that way, we are able to integrate the output of the cameras of all the surveillance cameras of all the outputs, and then we can check how many vehicles have been passed, and uh, how many other problems have been occurred, how many deaths, how many injuries, any grievances have been occurred due to overspeed and all. So so all this are inbuilt or incorporated into the next level communication system. So why in that case, if any accident occurs, or if any new building, a very big building is being constructed, or any new project is being initiated, automatically the road condition may go uh, unsafe. So in that case, we have to make the transportation system, we have to make the road transport, or we have to make the rail transport, or whatever, in a successful manner, so that it is able to come back again to hold all the vehicles on top of it. So because of what the resilient transportation systems are required, construction of projects and emergency situations, special events and gatherings, many people may gather, or if a chief minister's or the president's message is going to be delivered, or there is a gathering which is going to occur because of a top official, or a top music concert is going to be held on a open space, what will happen? Major equipment failures, disasters, scarcity, interruption of resources such as fuel. We are not having sufficient amount of fuel, sufficient amount of energy. Because of all that, we are in a position to make our transportation system resilient, or it has to come back to its original position and continue the same. So, in that way, we need resilient transportation system. So, we have taken some US transportation system, why it is not resilient. System on vehicle. So we can have some systems on the vehicle, and if any crashes occurs, and whether it is immediately able to get connected, the vehicles, we people are traveling in the vehicle, and whether the people who are sitting in the vehicle, whether they are able to get connected with the nearest hospitals immediately. Now all the hospitals, they are having their own software, actually, as well as all the road transport systems, and the vehicles and the cars, sophisticated cars are coming with a lot of sensors, and all the sensors are able to collect the information. Not only collecting the information about the road condition, they are also collecting the information about the driver's status, whether the driver is correctly driving the car, or whether he is in a mood, which is whether he is in a sleepy mood, or he is not in a mood to drive, or he is in a position to faint, or and how the people are, how what is the health level of all the people who are sitting inside the car. All these have been sensed by the sensors, and these sensors are able to collect those information, health statistics, health information, and they can there will be a gateway, or there will be a router which will communicate to the nearest hospital from the vehicle, and immediately from the nearest hospital there will be a communication technology which is used for getting the people from there to give some immediate remedy to the people who are in need of that. In that way we are able to get transportation which is always connected to the vehicle communication vehicles. So sometimes what is happening, because of more number of people, because of lot of transportation companies, lot of car companies, lot of hardware companies, and lot of vehicle companies, what is happening, more number of vehicles are being produced. So when more number of vehicles are being produced, all the vehicles have to take uh, they have to travel on top of the existing roads only. That is why you can see everywhere that the roads are being widened, and a lot of over bridges are being constructed in order to avoid the traffic flow, as well as in order to speed up the mode of transportation. So, and also one more thing is, again, a single person can be sitting in one vehicle and he'll be traveling, and many number of vehicles are holding only single persons, and these persons can also accommodate other people in order to reduce the number of vehicles traveling on road. Uh, Hello, slide is not moving. 1 second. Now, okay. Okay. 1 second. Okay. Single occupancy was there in the vehicle. Even now, we are having that single occupancy there, that has to be avoided. And so some of the roads are always being dead, and those roads are already used only for walking, and some of the roads are not being utilized properly. That is also occurring in other countries, but I think in our country we are using at least all the roads. And the roadways and the bridges are unimodal, they are not multimodal modal. So what's the meaning of that? They are of same type, and they are not able to utilize different types of vehicle, different length of vehicle, and all the people are not able to utilize the entire roadways or entire bridgeways. That is also one problem. And new bridges, if they are constructed, they can be multimodal. You can see the old bridge, and also you can see now also we have our Tamil Nadu government has constructed a bridge at Kanyakumari, and the people are being allowed, I think. And that is also a glass bridge, somewhat they have told, and we have to visit that bridge also, and we can see what type of communication is there in that type of bridge. And coming to the commuters of bike, cycle, and other people in other countries, what they are doing is they do not want to utilize the road or utilize the communication for transportation communication, only for vehicles, cars, two wheelers, cars, etc., four wheelers and all. They want they are health conscious, and they want to make use of bicycles and other vehicles in order to get their health in a good manner. And the metropolitan area, they what they are doing, the moved buses, they in abroad and all, what they are doing is the road transportation as well as the rail transportation, both are side by side, and there is no special train station or the bus station. Both are side by side, and people are able to utilize both the transportation systems, and the communication between the vehicle transportation is very clear there. And also, if there are any debris, you can also, I think in WhatsApp also we have seen one message, automatically when people are walking on top of the road, road block occurs automatically. It bridges a gap between both the roads of both sides of the roads have been widened, and we are not able to move from one side to other in that way, because of the earthquake or the calamities which is in occurring inside the earth, which is making the earth not to be proper. So so what is happening is it creates some tunnels, and we are in a position to make a subway. If you could have seen some in China transportation, also in India's North India transportation, the super fast rail Vande Bharat also you could have seen, and super fast train, it crosses a lot of mountains and other places, tunnels. It walks, it runs through the tunnels, and it goes through the bridges, and there was a greatest communication possible in terms of road transportation as well as the rail transportation. It is happening in China as well as in India. In other countries may also be there. And relief efforts, if anything is occurring for people who are traveling in cars, in vehicles, in the road as well as in the train, definitely there will be a cargo bikes aided relief efforts are being made in other countries. So here also we are seeing that automatic ambulance systems are available, and if you call immediately, people are coming, and many softwares are also made available in the hospitals, and sensor driven information is also being sent to the hospitals, so that any accident occurs, automatically you will be taken to the hospital immediately without any further delay. And other than that, you can also see roadside units. Those roadside units are also able to collect a lot of information about the number of vehicles and how many people are people are sitting and traveling. And disaster relief trails will also happen in other countries. They have done a lot of effort how the communication occurs, even in tsunami occurs, what is happening. So before the start of the tsunami, whether is it possible that the signal is being given to all the relief team, so that they are able to make effort in order to safeguard the people. So that is where the technology drive the people in order to make the people to be safe, under safer side. So those kind of mechanisms, even in bicycles, even in bikes, even in cars, in all the other vehicles, even in two wheelers, even in four wheelers, six wheelers, eight wheelers, in all the vehicles there are communication systems available in order to identify your logistical transportation system from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, the longest road you can see. From Srinagar to Kanyakumari, you can see the more than 4,500 kilometer distance. It connects a lot of states also, and the longest road. So lorry transportation is occurring, and when the heavy vehicle lorry and the tanker lorries, and those lorries are being traveling from Srinagar to Kanyakumari, and a lot of efforts are being made in order to safeguard the drivers as well as safeguard the vehicles' health statistics. So, resilient transportation system users accommodate all the users. What's the meaning of that? The users who are all utilizing the vehicles, they must be very safe. They must go for a safest communication. So anything occurs on top of the road inside the vehicles, what are the measures which we have to do? So that is being planned already, and a lot of road transportation technologies are available. We can see what are the principles which are used for giving immediate response. So how the resilient system is occurring. Communication takes a major role. You can see at the outer ring, collaboration as well as the communication is available, and continuous iterative communication is required, comprehensive communication is required, cooperative communication is required. The communication must give more information, and people must coordinate with each other, and inclusive. People who are already affected or who are all affected, they must be given immediate response, and we should exercise those principle, and the system must be very flexible so that resilience will occur immediately. And again, we can see how the regional transportation planning for disasters, emergencies, and specific events, whenever it occurs, how the recovery is being happened, and how the mitigational effects are happened, and earth, how the environment must have the preparedness, so that it will come back again to its original transportation system, and the original transportation system will not be affected at any cost, even because of the floods, because of tsunami, because of many earth calamities, because of the roadblocks and all that. How the communication is used for making the transportation system without any difficulty, so that people will not be affected at any cost, and many inventions have occurred, many remedies have been done. So because of the climate change, because of the weather, extreme weather events, in our country it is not happening, but in states and other countries, Mexico and other countries, there is a very big problem that even fire will occur, and the entire forest will be under fire, and because of the transportation or communication system will be spoiled, and a lot of floods will occur. Because of lot of floods, what is happening is, again, because of the flood, it is not possible for them to come back to their original condition. That is also a problem for them. So in other countries, a lot of problems are there. In our country, it is somewhat okay. But even Uttarakhand, you could have seen that because of flood, a lot of people were affected, and how we were able to get connected with each other, and how the communication vehicles are able to get us to be relieved from the condition. So what is the solution? A complete solution is required. Our streets must be proper, not like this. What is the meaning of a complete street? They should ensure that the entire right of the way is designed for all users, whether the right side is for users or the left side is for users, where the vehicles should go, where the two wheelers should go, where the four wheelers should go, where the heavy vehicles should go. In that way, the vehicles must be transported from one place to other place. And what is the meaning of a multimodal street? Different type of different type of vehicles should go in their own paths. That is called as multimodal. So for pedestrians, there must be a different path. So you can see that for pedestrian walk, you have seen the white um, rectangle which is being placed on top of the road wherever it is possible. That will also bring a complete street, and where the vehicles have to go, there will be a lane, and in those lanes they have to go from one place to other place. They have to follow actually. And yet many roads, you see the difference, that some of the roads, the drivers won't follow the rules, and the communication system will break because of violation of the rules. So already streets are unimodal, built for only for motorized vehicles, and no sidewalks were there. It was too dangerous, and then only they have identified that when you cross on foot, there will be a problem. That is why for pedestrian walking, there was a place given on the road, and we are able to walk without any problem and with safety, and improved safety and better health and stronger economics. It reduces cost, and we have choices for growth. And who are all in need of complete streets? We need complete streets. This PPT is taken from Americans, USA, from we have taken. That is say they are given aged 65, they are not driving. Children under 15, they are not allowed to drive. And households do not have access to a vehicle. 1 in 12 households they don't have access. But in Indian survey, we were checking, we were not able to find out. We can also get how many people are not able to get access to the roads. So you can see in mountain areas, inside the mountain areas, some of the villages are there. You can see the tribals who are all living in those areas. They are not able to cross them. There are a lot of rivers and lot of falls, lot of mountains, and they are not able to come from one location to other location. There is no road communication, there is no 5G or 6G, nothing was there, and it is very difficult for them to get their own commodities, and they are suffering a lot. There is no possibility for them to get connected with the other part of the world, other part of the country, other part of the state, other part of the city or town. It is also there, and the people are not at all making use of the roads. That is also there. So you can see they have to walk. What is a complete street? They must have the comfortness in order to make use of the transportation options. That is what called as comfortness. And some of the people, and even though they are all millionaires, they don't want to make use of the four wheelers or other vehicles, sophisticated vehicles. And they can also mostly they will make use of the two wheelers, or they'll go for bicycles and all. So what is still pending for building a incomplete? Why are we still not able to have a complete street? So there is no interstate highway system. One state is not connected to the other state. There is no interstate highway system. And road building is best for the expert. Reduce the congestion through the roadway expansion, and funding is very essential. Lot of service calculations, and one state to other state, they must have communication with each other, and everything must be under the control of the central government. Then only it is possible for us to invent or do something in the road transportation. And rethinking the role of complete street accommodates many users. What are the purposes? Mobility in all the modes. All the modes means you can go by bicycle, you can go by two wheelers, bikes, cars, anything. So all the vehicles, you are allowed to use all the vehicles. For using all the vehicles, you must have proper road communication and transportation, and access to any destination. If you want, you can go. If I want to go to Srinagar today, I can go. So access to any destination. And thriving the businesses. Why we are commuting from one location to other location? In the process of commuting, the doing the business, we want some business. A person who is sitting at Goa, he can do business at Chennai. So it is possible. We people are getting connected with a lot of businesses, and many business people, they can do businesses are worldwide actually. So when even ChatGPT and other devices, whatever other LLMs, whatever they are inventing, your mobile phones, whatever is being invented, Tesla car, whatever is invented from many companies, it is being utilized by all the people. So businesses, thriving businesses, we need communication and commutation. And the street, the entire road system has to be planned, and the highway department is planning for the entire set of roads. Not all the roads are transforming. Now I think even Tamil Nadu government is also taking care of building all the roads, reconstructing all the roads. And I think in some time later, definitely we will also be having the roadside units, and those roadside units are capable of collecting everybody's information, whoever is walking on the road, whoever is driving in the vehicle, and everything will be collected by the roadside units, and according to your health factor, according to all the other factors, your driving speed and other things. And definitely there will be a smart transportation system will come in future. near future. Narrow lanes or bike lanes must be added, median must be there, trees, they have to be cut definitely. If the trees are there, what they are doing, they are cutting the trees, and how the texture looks like. And it is not moving. One second. How it is moving. So the roadway has to be reinvented. We can transform a 5 lane, 5 lane trip or 6 lane trip or whatever we want, depending upon our convenience, depending upon the space availability and all that. And we can have the roadside units. And from the vehicle, the information from the vehicle must read the roadside unit. From the roadside unit, it will reach the nearby hospital, or it will reach the highway department, or it will reach the police department, or it will reach the data center. So wherever it wants, it will reach the center, uh, and and the information will be collected by them. So we need a safer road, not like there are rules, and all the rules and procedures have to be followed by the people. And successful road conversion, you can see how the left side road is and how the right side road is. 4 lanes, declining commercial district, and you are not able to make the commercial vehicles to move on these type of roads. And you can see the right side uh, roads, and these 2 lanes with center turn lanes, bike lanes, pet refugee island at bus stop. So there is a, this is one information which we got it from an island. This information about the road is road has some rules and regulations according to center turn lanes. And what to say? So, in accordance with the transportation system, what is already being built through all the countries, they are different. Each and every country is following different transportation systems, and economic resiliency in transportation system is very much essential. Definitely, depending upon the economy only, we are able to build the transportation system using the resources and space. Definitely, space is required to build a road, to widen the road. There are a lot of problems which are occurring on the people who are on both sides of the road. They used to make a ban, and they are not supporting, and their lifestyle and everything is being and their life is being affected. And because of all that, everything must be taken into consideration whenever government take a decision to widen the road, or whenever government take a new road transport system to be implemented in the city or street. So a complete street, how to design, and there are a lot of possibilities to go further. And most of the people who are all utilizing the road transport, they'll make their own kids to go for bicycle ride. For to bicycle ride also, there is a safety for making the child to make use of the road transportation. And states with the lowest level of biking and walking average the highest rates, because of the highest rates of obesity which is occurring in the children, and high blood pressure. In order to avoid that also, they want to go for bicycling. But in our country, whether we are having a system to go for bicycling on both sides or on any side of the road, which whether it is available, that is not being decided till now. We are utilizing the entire road only. And people with disabilities, for that what we are doing, we are not doing anything. The entire road whatever we are having for all the people, that is only being utilized by people with disabilities. So the complete street, in the sense, it should indicate that the communication, the transport communication must happen, must be available for all the people. For child, there must be roads. They can travel with the bicycles without any accident, without any problem. For people with the disabilities, they can travel, and people, aged people, they can travel. Not all the people they can. Everything must be accommodated on the road. How is it possible? We need a lot of space, and we need a lot of money, and we'll need a lot of resources uh, for imagining and constructing the roads. So travelers, whoever wants to enjoy, and they will go a bit slow, and how it will happen. So everything has to be taken into consideration. So this is about how many people are walking, how many people are in bicycles, how many people use cycles, how many people use cars, how many people use different two wheelers, different cars. The speed of the vehicles are also different. And why we are calculating everything? Because of injuries which is occurring, because of accidents which are occurring on the road, to the pedestrians, to the people who are even in cars, even in two wheelers, even in heavy vehicles. There are accidents which are occurring. So those accidents have to be avoided. We keep the safety of everybody into our minds, so that the safety must be taken into consideration. Hit by a vehicle traveling at 20 miles per hour, 9 out of 10 pedestrians survive. Hit by a vehicle traveling at 30 miles per hour, 5 out of 10 pedestrians because of overspeed. You can listen to this slide. Hit by a vehicle traveling at 40 miles per hour, only 1 out of 10 pedestrians survive. So this is taken from one particular paper. So we should think of that, how much speed the vehicles are coming, and because of the speed, if anybody is hit, whether they are able to survive or not, that must be taken into consideration. So what are the economic benefits of active transportation? It includes road construction, repair and maintenance costs. We have to tolls wherever we are paying for toll booths, and the money which is collected from the tolls are being used for reconstruction or repair or maintenance of the roads. So reduction in healthcare costs. If the roads are proper and smooth, definitely there won't be any accident. So our healthcare will be definitely good, and our information which is collected from our healthcare information will also reach the nearby hospitals. Reduction in healthcare costs and physical activity, because if you are allowed, if our road is allowing us to go for riding bicycles and physical activity, reduced respiratory and cardiac disease. And if you use bicycles and other things, fuel reduction, repair and maintenance cost, reduction of cost due to increased road safety, external cost due to traffic congestion. Traffic congestion will also be avoided. So these are all the economic benefits of active transportation. And the per person mile impact walking for bicycle. These are all about bicycle. When you use walking and bicycle, what are the benefits which are given here? Let us go and see how much money is involved in, how much money is being saved from the usage of bicycling from walking. So so half of the diversity value, half of the diversity value is given here. User benefits are given here. The table summarizes the estimated value of improved walking and cycling, and we can also estimate, we can get a survey and we can also estimate all this. And the economic impacts are also there for that, how many trips we are walking, how much total distance we are walking. You can see your mobile phone and how many steps you are walking. Because of that, whether your obesity has been reduced, or your health conscious has been increased or not. So that also we can see, because lot of softwares have been available, and those softwares are also made available in your mobile phone. And visualizing how we create a resilient transportation system, you can see on one side you can see how the buildings are, and the other side also you can see how the buildings are. There are two examples demonstrate how a street can transform from one position to the other position. Based on very little street activity, single usage of building limit the opportunities for a combination of daytime and evening population. But what is happening on other side? People are able to go from one location to other location. In phase two, signs of infill mixed use development, buildings raised to open additional opportunities to green space and new mixed use development. So additional opportunities. And the third phase, what they are doing, pedestrian amenities. Lot of builders, they are showing that pedestrian amenities are there, this and that are there. The landscape is very nice, you have crosswalks, you have planters, and you have bicycle lane, and everything is there inside the gateway community, they are saying. In such a way, the highway system should also open for a lot of opportunities for the users, so that they must live in a healthy condition. That is what a resilient transportation system is. Economic impact is also there. If we transform ourselves and go for building uh, very nice roads and other conditions. These are all coming under policies only. How will you define resilience? Because of the vulnerability, because the roads must stand on their own, because of the communication from one location to other location. If any roadblock occurs on any point of time, the information must reach the vehicles which are following that vehicle, and the other vehicles which are coming at the back, they must identify, they must be notified by any of the problems which are occurring in between. So that is also possible. You can see that lot of traffic information is being given by voice radio jockeys and other people. They are able to say, you can choose, if you want to if you want to reach this metropolitan area, you can go by this way, that way, and you can reach that, because in other ways there are lot of problems are there, lot of traffic is there. You can choose this way so that you can reach your college at a faster rate. In that way, you are seeing, you are looking at, you are hearing whenever you are traveling in your car. So that kind of communication is available with us, and that communication system should also be enabled depending upon any disturbances or any traffic congestion occurs, any societal cost, any cost of disruptions because of the heavy rail, because of disruptions of anything which is occurring, that must be known to the people who are traveling on the road. And any risk is there in a very immediate or emergency weather conditions, immediately whether they are changing weather conditions, that will be notified, and that information should be intimated to the people who are traveling in the vehicles. Already automatic weather monitoring system is there. Our weather system is already working very well, and lots of thousands of sensors are being placed on top of the atmospheric region, and those sensors are able to collect the atmospheric effects. Even more and more sensors are being deployed on top of the ocean, on top of the atmosphere, on top of the mountains, and they are collecting lots and lots of climatic information about the climatic changes, and we are able to identify, able to detect, able to forecast that the rain, we will be having rain on at the end of this month, like that they are saying. But it is possible for us to get that information only for a week time, and it is not possible for us to get or predict more information beyond a week or something. So it is very difficult, because the nature is changing always, and because of the change in nature, the communication technologies which are able to predict, they are not able to predict beyond a particular period of time. That is very difficult. So whatever is possible from our side, we are doing. Nowadays, the communication system, the atmospheric recommendation systems are very good in nature, and they are able to provide a lot of inputs and information, and we are able to safeguard ourselves. We can save water, and we can buy vegetables or something, groceries or whatever we want, that we can purchase it and keep it. And in the rainy season, we are not supposed to go out of the house, and we will be safeguarded. And all this occurs because of the latest communication technologies only. And urbanization, again, people who are all sitting in the residing in cities, they are not able to get location in the cities because of high cost of rent and other things, high cost of the buildings and price hike and all this. Because of that, the urban areas are getting developed, more urbanization, how to the communication from the urban areas towards the city, again there is a problem. And densification and high regular roads on transport, we have to expand our roads, urban roads have to be expanded. And how much wide urban roads are going to be developed, and how many people are going to utilize, whether we are able to make those roads as complete roads. Complete road means everybody should make use of, children, aged people, deceased people, everybody, patients and other people, everybody must make use of. All the vehicles must utilize the road. And the entire communication, health status of the road, as well as health status of the atmosphere, and as well as health status of the person, everything must be given highest priority, so that the person must lead his life without any problem, because of the natural calamities, as well as due to the uh, due to the lack of communication systems. So that is what called as active traffic management. That is what called as active communication system. That is what called as latest communication technology, resilient, or communication technology which is highly robust and with the highest efficiency. and trade-off between the efficiency and robustness, whether the system is highly efficient or whether it is robust. That we have to check what type of algorithms have to be built, and those algorithms whether they are able to provide the information what we require. Because of that information what we are collecting from the sensors, the remedial system or the recommendation system which we are going to provide to the people who are traveling, whether it is safeguarding them or not. So everything must be taken into consideration when you are developing a system. So resilience. So coming to the resilience part of that, what are the factors? How much time is required to come back for if any natural calamity occurs? How the communication technology is used? That and all we have to. So how much is the recovery time? That has to be calculated depending upon the case studies which we can take into consideration. So the importance, we should know what who are the leaders, gather the information, and judge the situation, and what is the rational behavior, and verify the perception, and what are the types of stereotypical behavior, and whether we are blocking that or not. So leaders, followers, and blockers are, whenever you want to develop a new system, definitely some people will be leading, and some will be following, and some will be blocking. That must also be taken into consideration. So we need to develop a real-time decision support system which will accommodate all this. What is the meaning of accommodating all this? Entire safety of the people who are utilizing the transportation system. And next one is the entire atmospheric conditions, natural calamities and other things, and man-made calamities also, threats and other things, and the atmospheric system, as well as the roadside units which are collecting the information about the health status of the vehicle as well as the health status of the people who are traveling on top of the road. So in order to do all that for a resilient transportation system, we need to go for the latest communication technologies for smart mobility, and transportation resilience lab is there in between the smart mobility and the traffic and transportation safety. And you can have any labs which can collect all this traffic flow theory and management on automated transport, and actively whether they are able to make the transportation active. And for rails you can have a different lab. On freight logistics you can have a different goods be goods the freight vehicles are taking goods from one location to other location, that can be coming under that freight and logistics lab. Rail traffic is coming under something else. Active mode lab is coming under something else. Automated transport is coming under. So for everything we should have separate laboratories, separate identification, separate laboratories in order to check, and all this must be integrated to provide a complete transportation system. So in that way, how the communication occurs, how the roadblocks occurs, when the road becomes safety, when the road becomes unsafe, everything must be taken in, everything must be observed actually, considering the system characteristics in resilient engineering to provide the proper communication. So types of roads in India, you can see, depending on weather conditions, all weather conditions, negotiable during all the weather, uh, are called as all weather roads, types of roads. The second one is fair weather roads. Traffic may be interrupted during monsoon season. That is called as fair weather roads. So depending upon the weather condition, you can classify the roads into all weather roads and fair weather roads. And depending upon the types of road pavement, you can see paved roads, unpaved roads. Not all the roads are having pavements. Some of the roads are having pavements, most of the roads are not having pavements. Those roads are called as unpaved roads. Depending upon the types of surfacing, you can see the types of roads are surface roads and unsurfaced roads. Most of the roads we are not able to walk naked foot. So it is without slippers you are not able to walk. That is very difficult for us. Nagpur road plan, first road plan, they have given national highways, state highways, major district roads, other district roads, village roads. These are the types of roads available in India. And coming to the modified classification road system, by the third road transport plan, the types of roads are again classified into primary system, secondary system, and tertiary system or rural roads. In the primary system, you can see expressways and national highways. The secondary system, you can see state highways and major district roads. Tertiary system, you can see the rural roads. Other district road or village roads are coming under rural roads. Coming to the urban road classification, expressways are there, arterial streets are there, sub-arterial streets, collector streets, local streets. They have classified the urban roads like that. For what is an express highway, you can see the express highway wherever you have seen. For speedy and heavy traffic, pedestrians are not allowed in the on the to use that road because the vehicle speed is very very high. So it will connect the main market and important places definitely, and complete separation of opposite moving vehicle because the road speed is very high, the vehicle speed is very high, it is the roads are allowing high speed vehicles, and opposite moving vehicles are not at all allowed moving traffic by a divider or a median. And level crossings, sharp curves, steep gradients, all these are steep gradients are not allowed on the express highway. And telephone facility is available, highway police, servicing station, refreshment facility, all these are available at regular intervals. You can see how the express highways are being maintained. And heavy traffic with high speed 120 kilometer per hour in India. In abroad and all, they are going with the 200 kilometers, and even rails are going with the 300 kilometer per hour. That is happening. And what is the width of the road? 90 meters. That connects the major points of the traffic generation. It is slow moving traffic is not at all allowed in that road. And that will also create accidents definitely. And loading, overloading, and parking is not allowed on the express highway. And full access control. And you can see the road. What is shown here is the Mumbai Pune Express Highway, and communication technologies are there on both sides of the roads. And second one is the arterial streets for the heavy and important traffic inside the city. You can have the roads called as arterial streets. Usually along the express highways, it will be serving as a principal network of traffic flow, and it can connect the central business district with the outside residential areas. Within the city, outside residential area, if you see the metropolitan area, roads are coming under this. Parking, loading, unloading, all these are prohibited. Pedestrians are not allowed, they are allowed only at intersections. Sub-arterial road, again inside the cities, you can have less traffic than arterial streets. Pedestrians are allowed to cross only at the intersections, and spacing of the road varies 0.5 kilometer in central business area to 3 to 5 kilometer in residential area. Parking, loading, unloading usually restricted and controlled. Sub-arterial roads, bus stops, but no standing vehicle. So vehicles won't stand on the bus stops, and the speed is 60 kilometer per hour. Land width 30 to 40 meter. The widen width of the road is. And the collector streets is another type of transportation system meant for collecting the traffic from local streets to arterial streets, local places to arterial streets. You can see the collector streets. That is one type of road. Full access allowed from properties alongside. You can take your properties also, and situated in residential, commercial, industrial areas. Few parking restrictions are there except the peak hours. What is the design speed? 50 kilometer per hour. It is very less actually. Land width is 20 to 30 meters. And local streets open access from residents, business, or other properties. It does not carry large volume of traffic, and parking allowed. Speed is 30 kilometer, very less speed. And the small vehicles, small buses are going, no, that will be coming under that. Land with 30 to 10 to 20 meters. Urban road patterns, rectangular or block patterns, radial or star block pattern, radial or star circular pattern, radial or star grid pattern, hexagonal pattern minimum. So whatever pattern they want, they are having different patterns, and these roads are connecting the people. And central business area, radial roads, build up area, there is a pattern available, and actual pattern is also given here. And there is a grid pattern, there is a hexagonal pattern, and how the people are utilizing, that is given here. Comparison between roadways and railways, you can see the type of traffic on roadways is cars, bikes, trucks, lorries, buses, etc. In railways, goods and passenger trains. And width of the right way is more and railway is less. Traffic resistance is more in roadways, whereas in railways is less. Special operational devices are not required here, whereas in railway it is required. And the rate of accidents in roadways is more, whereas in railways it is less. Cost of construction and maintenance is very low in roadways, whereas in railways it is definitely high. Suitability to hilly areas, roadways is suitable, whereas railways it is not suitable, but they started constructing now. And load carrying capacity is low in roadways, whereas railways they can hold a lot of goods and a lot of people they can carry. and distance of travel is short for roads, but Kashmir to Kanyakumari we have for more than 4,500 kilometers, 4,000 kilometers. Railways it is long. Gradients and curves, steep gradients, because deadliest roads are also available. You can see the vehicles or the buses or cars traveling besides the mountains. Deadliest roads are also available. Steep gradients are also available. We are going to Tirupati, we are going to Ooty, we are going to Kodaikanal, we are going to the mountain areas or hilly areas. Roads are being constructed, and from there also communication is happening to the other part of the world. And sharp curves can be provided. What is happening in railways? Only smooth gradients or curves should be provided. And requirement of skilled labor for construction and maintenance, roads not required. Railways always they should keep an eye on the railway tracks. If the track is open, what will happen? The entire rail will fall down, and everybody will be, well, everybody's life will be in danger. And road networks in India, you can see this is the type of road network. India has a road network of over this many kilometers, you can see, and this many miles, and second largest road network in the world, and zero point 0.6 kilometer of roads per square kilometer of land. A quantitative density of India's road network is similar to that of the USA and far higher that of the China or Brazil. The roads are primarily made of bitumen. How the roads are constructed? Bitumen is a material. With that only roads are constructed. With some Indian national highways having concrete. Some of the roads may be having concrete. Express road is coming up in India, Mumbai, Pune, that we have seen already. And history is the first evidence of road development is 2800 BC, before Christ. The ancient cities of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, they also had the Indus Valley civilization. And Grand Trunk Road was built in 1540 to 45, connecting Sonargan and Dhaka in Bangladesh with Peshawar in the modern day Pakistan, linking several cities from India. Peshawar in Pakistan is Bangladesh is connecting many cities. India have a poor road network in 1947, and after 1947, it started having a lot of projects, and now we are having express highways, 200 kilometers, and four-lane highway. And 1988, we have autonomous entity called as National Highways Authority of India, and they are in the crew of building a lot of improved road transportation mechanisms. A lot of communication technologies have been also built in. And country's transportation sector contribute to 4.7% towards India's gross GDP. You can see 4.7% towards India's GDP in comparison to railways in the year 2009-10. Now we have to check how this is the information we got. We can check the information and then we will inform you. Over 65% of the freight and 85% of the passenger traffic. India's road network is administered by various government authorities. You can see national highways and how many kilometers it is covering. And now it will be high only. State highways, how many lakhs of kilometers it is covering. Major and other district roads, how many kilometers it is covering. And rural roads, local governments, panchayats and municipalities, how many kilometers it is covering. National highway, again, classification, four-lane classification, single lane or intermediate lane, four lane, six lane, eight lane classification, double lane classification is there in uh, national highways, and how many years before the roads were constructed, that also you can see. And expressways make up autonomously 751 miles per 751 miles of India's road network. And Yamuna Express Highway is also one of the Indian road which was built, and the government has drawn a target to lay 18,637 kilometer network of brand new express highway in 2022. And I think now it will be in available. We have seen lot of express highways available in different states. Ahmedabad, the Vadodara Expressway, Allahabad Bypass Expressway, Ambala Chandigarh Expressway. Likewise, we can see lot of express highways and the distances and how many states it is covering, and how many roadway construction is, the roadways are under construction also you can see, and how many state highways are available. The state highways provide linkages with the national highways, district headquarters, important towns and tourist centers, and minor ports to carry the traffic along with the major centers. And how much money is being involved in constructing all that is given here for major district roads and for rural roads. 30% of the Indian farmers harvest spoils because of that. That is also given here. and rural road network in India trends over 10 years. Rural people, because farmers are there and they are cultivating lot of crops and other things, paddy, sugarcane, everything they are cultivating, and all those crops have to be taken to the cities, because for that also we need the communication technologies as well as the road transport technologies. Total rural roads, how much you can see how it is increased. Unpaved rural roads, paved rural roads, new rural roads, that also you can see. Top 10 important national highways in India. NH44 is the longest national highway in India with a length of 3,745 kilometers, running from Srinagar to North Kanyakumari in the south. The highway connects 11 states and about 30 important cities. 30 important cities and 11 states are getting connected. National Highway 7 is the longest one. Length is 2,369 kilometers from Varanasi to Kanyakumari. Varanasi, Jabalpur, Nagpur, and all that to Kanyakumari. And National Highway 6, the length is 1,949 kilometers from Surat to Kolkata. NH6 divide India into two parts, that is the northern India and the southern India. Also, it connects a lot of cities. And National Highway 5 is the other one, 1,533 kilometers it is covering, Cuttack to Chennai. It is also covering some of the important from Bhubaneswar to Chennai. And National Highway 15, the length is 1,526 kilometers, Pathankot to Samakali at Gujarat. So from Pathankot to Samakali, it is also covering some of the important cities. National Highway 2 is the length is 1,465 kilometers from New Delhi to Kolkata. There must be complete road transportation which will be made available in incorporating all the communication technologies. Remember, National Highway 8 is 1,490 kilometer Delhi to Mumbai, and it is coming under from Delhi to Mumbai. It's coming via Gurgaon, Gandhinagar, etc., etc., Vadodara, Ahmedabad, etc. And National Highway 17 is coming at 1,269 kilometers. It is covering Panvel to Kochi, and it's also covering some of the important cities. And National Highway 4 is 1,235 kilometers, Thane to Chennai, and Mumbai to Chennai. It is covering with the Kozhikode, Vellore, etc. National Highway 3 is the 1,161 kilometers from Agra to Mumbai, and the routes covered are given here from Agra, Gwalior, Indore, likewise Nasik, Mumbai, etc. National Highway 47A is the smaller one. The length is 6 kilometers. It's to Kerala. And the National Highway 1A, 47A is that one. National Highway 1A is at the highest altitude, 663 kilometers. Jalandhar to Jammu Kashmir, it is going. So there and all, if anything occurs, the communication, latest communication or 5G or 6G technologies, they should communicate immediately at a fastest. Why we are going for fastest communication? On that day, I was talking about the fastest communication is immediate remedy or remedial action should happen immediately. That is why we are going for that. And this way, these are some of the references and other information I am having is just wait. Yes, once again. You are able to see the PPT? So for all this to for the safety of the people, we need to go for the vehicle to vehicle communication. You have the timeline for vehicle to vehicle communication, laser radar assisted vehicle to vehicle communication, V2 independent vehicle, vehicle to vehicle, and once again, vehicle to vehicle and vehicle to any other device, that is V2X. And full automation is automation already happened. And how much automation we have to check, and what the automation or the communication technologies in automation can do, that will have, we will create a warning system due to the sensor information. We can augment the driver's ability to control the vehicle. We can intervene in some aspect the vehicle control and control all motions of the vehicle. So that is possible in vehicle to vehicle communication. And I think the sites are moving. And what is V2V? Dynamic wireless exchange of data between the nearby vehicles is called as V2V. So wireless information, the information from one vehicle to other vehicle must reach. For that, we need to go for the wireless communication. Wireless communication, you know, already 6G is in there. The dawn of 6G is coming, and we are using 5G now. We started using 5G, and the communication should happen on all the directions about the vehicle, about the people who are traveling, about the atmosphere, about the environment. All this have to get connected, so that the safety of anybody, any person who is sitting inside the vehicle has to be safeguarded. So exchanging anonymous vehicle based data regarding the position of the vehicle, speed of the vehicle, location of the vehicle. And we use short range communication, which is called as DSRC, operating under 5.9 gigahertz. Vehicle to vehicle communication is an automated communication. A vehicle can speak to other vehicle, talk to other vehicle in communication. What is the meaning of that? You are able to communicate, maybe very short range. I said about the short range communication already. What are the short range communications are available, near is available, and your Bluetooth is an example for short communication, example for short range communication. Now from vehicle to vehicle means we have to go for dedicated short range system. So this is the latest technology. It is motivated. What is the reason for it? Will provide intelligent transportation system. Lot of conferences. Japan having a very good intelligent system. Many USA is having intelligent transportation system. So what is the meaning of that? People must be safeguarded. World Health Organization cause approximately 2 million deaths worldwide. Worldwide, how many people are dying? 1 million people are dying every road accidents every year. So also 50 million are injured in accidents. And Western Europe, a mere 5 kilometer per hour decrease in average vehicle speeds. If you do that for 5 kilometer per hour, vehicle, then number of deaths, how much will be reduced to 25 percentage of deaths will be decreased. They checked and there was a case study done for that. And why these accidents are occurring? What's in front of the bus? We don't know. Even sometimes when the drivers are driving the vehicle, you are traveling in a car in a night travel, you are doing a lot of accidents occurs. Last 15 days before, one of our faculty also died because of the high speed on the road. And on foggy days, on rainy days, what's behind the vehicle, what is available behind the bend? If there is a bend in front of us, what is behind the bend? We do not know that. So all this must be taken into consideration by means of the sensing technologies. How the vehicle to vehicle communication works: inside the vehicle there must be a communication system, collecting system, data collection system, that must send that information to the cloud, or to the nearest roadside unit, and from the roadside unit the same information will be passed on to the next or adjacent vehicle. So that has to occur. Slides are moving. On V2X communication, V2V and V2A wireless networking, or intelligent transportation system. And the communication system must be capable of having wireless access in the vehicular environment, and less than 100 millisecond latency is required. Less than 100 millisecond, in terms of millisecond latency, means you can go for 5G technologies within 1 kilometer radio coverage, and the frequency band used is 5.855 approximately to 5.925 gigahertz. You can see the emergency warning, emergency brake warning. We have 2 3 vehicles here. vehicle to vehicle communication is established, and you have the RSC unit here, and from all this information is collected by the RSC unit, and it will go to the center, and from the center whatever decision RSC units are there, whatever decisions are taken, that decision has to be received by the vehicles which are traveling on the road. VTS communication specification. What is the frequency band we are using? Frequency band USA is using 5.855 to 5.955 and 7 giga 7 channel. European Union is using the same band, and Korea is using the same band. And the channel band with 10 megahertz, 20 megahertz, like that it is there. And what type of modulation they are going for? Orthogonal frequency division multiplexing modulation only is being carried over, and BPSK modulation, QPSK quadrature phase shift keying modulation, binary phase shift keying modulation, QAM 18 QAM or 64 QAM modulation is being used here. MAC CSMA, carrier sense multiple access collision avoidance. You have, I think you could have studied about carrier sense multiple access collision avoidance algorithms, your MACA multiple access collision avoidance, everything. I think you could have studied all this time slot based Aloha systems are coming under Mac. So what is the data rate they are using under vehicle to vehicle communication? You can see what type of communication technology is being used. Coming to the LTE is also used in vehicle to vehicle communication technology. In 3GPP they used an architecture called as COM architecture. The communication pattern is like this. And there is a E node B which will be acting as a base station. In GSM, after GSM, and when 3G was invented and 3G partners, private partners relationship was established, E node B comes into picture. When E node B comes into picture, E node B acts as the base station for connecting all the cloud centers and everything. And this is what technology which is being driven into the um, vehicle to vehicle communication, and technologies will enhance the communication between one vehicle to other vehicle, and there is a channel and the channel width. And the vehicle to communication you use IEEE 2.1p. All the vehicles are connected using IEEE 2.1. IEEE 8.1 is, it's wireless with WLAN, and you can have 8.1p is wireless communication is used for vehicle to vehicle communication. LTE is also used here, vehicle to vehicle or vehicle to other vehicles. It's all about the communication technologies which is used in road transportation. We are using the same types of technologies. And now this is time for you to ask some questions. So IoT plays a major role in vehicle to vehicle communication. So where all the IoT devices which are available, when the IoT sensors are connected with respect to the internet, they are able to collect all the information about what? Because sensors are modality based. If it is a temperature sensor, it senses only the temperature. If it is a pressure sensor, it senses only the pressure. If it is a motion sensor, it senses only the motion. If it is any sensor, it will be sensing it is manufactured only for that particular purpose, and those sensors will be collecting that particular information. Drivers status, that is also being measured by using so the health status. However, sleepy, feeling sleepy, you can identify drowsiness, whether he feels any drowsiness, and measured and his temperature, pressure, blood pressure, and his condition is matter, so that he can drive the vehicle continually. So the entire health status of all the people who are sitting inside the vehicle, it has to be monitored. How it will be monitored? Using the sensor kit. You can use one watch. Everybody can wear the watch, or everybody can have one, and from their watch, all the health status of all the health status of the people can be connected via a software module available in mobile, and it will reach there. Else, what can we do? If you design a system, then all the people who are sitting inside the vehicle, everybody's health status can be monitored by means of using the sensors, and that will be connected through a router or hub or thing. So that is inside the vehicle. So maybe a data collection unit. You can have a data collection unit. You have a microcontroller, and you have some ports, and one person's data can go through one port, the other person's data can go to other port. Like that, the data can reach the microcontroller, and the microcontroller, you can write an algorithm inside the microcontroller so that it can identify what is the inside temperature, what is the outside temperature, as well as how the whether the patient's health status is correct or not, because normal parameters have to be incorporated already inside your algorithm for comparison. And because of that comparison, your controller will decide all the people who are sitting inside the vehicle in a safer state, and driver is in a good health state. So if it is okay, the vehicle can move at this particular speed. How will you decide the vehicle can move at that particular speed? You can see the um, wheel tires status, and we can see the other brake and other condition, oscillator status, and everything has to be analyzed by means of all the sensors which are kept inside the vehicle. Health status of the vehicle. So whether anything is there in front of the vehicle, any obstacle is there in front of the vehicle, whether any vehicle going in front is going at a lesser speed, that will also be identified by using the sonar sensor, or uh, any other sensors whichever is there for in a short range communication. So for what are the vehicles which are coming at the back, that may also be monitored. So all this can be collected by means of the roadside units. This information, the vehicle, the people state health status information, as well as the vehicle state information, status information, that will be collected by the roadside unit by using two different and they will go into different paths towards the roadside unit. This roadside data collection unit will check for each vehicle's health status, as well as the people who are sitting inside the vehicle, their health status, everything will be monitored. If anybody is feeling nervous, or anybody is having any problem, maybe heart attack or something else, that will be intimated to the nearest hospital, or nearest if the vehicle immediately starts fire, what you have to immediately, that information should go to the fire service station. Any problem with the other vehicle and immediately it will go to the station, or immediately to the hospital. So this information is communicated, because when short range vehicle communication comes into picture, and then it will go to the wireless long range nearest department. If any roadblock is there in front, then near to the driver. So we are all involved in the technologies that used to by the people working the transportation, whether it is a railway, or it is a area communication, ship or voyage communication, information, and mostly use pertaining to utilize the 6G technologies. Why we have 6G communication? Not less than a millisecond, sub millisecond data has to reach the other, which is part of the safeguard us. In that way, it should be available. So, dedicated short communication will make one vehicle to other communication, and also how many are road, how many injuries are occurring, how many one leg, lose their legs, who lose their arms to time because of accidents. So all these are files, injuries. So all these people are taking. So all this research has been done for information system, and lot of very good content in the intelligence will be after. All of us must travel on the road, travel in the rail accident, road accident should not be communication. We have range communication, as well as we have long range communications available. If others are not proper, our communication should not be wrong. That clear information, recommendation, or the good decision to be immediate remedy or relaxation. So the speed of the vehicle, where and all the speed has to be reduced. They have given what's behind that. So you cannot see what is, if the thing behind any vehicle is coming in a manner. Both the vehicles to be different. Like, in that way, it is being on falling very difficult to understand, because we have that glasses which are there kept in the construction of the materials. The construction of those types will provide vision even for a longer distance, even under foggy circumstances, even under vehicle, is also coming under development of information system. System or communication system under system of protecting the people who are utilizing the transportation. That is the system. A lot more information collected, but I think within this time, this information is enough for you to mind up. Any questions regarding to vehicle education. For the opportunity and thank you very much for conducting such a nice FTP under the banner of Atal. And you people really, it's very difficult that really difficult that these many divisions you have violated with respect to from one to day six, and you've incorporated many. Uh, yes. You are most welcome. I'm ready to be ready to cooperate with you. Thank you so much. No, I know that this is the ending session. This is not the first session. We started. They are all tired with all the 6 days of information what they have got. Okay. I given the MCQs also. I shared the MCQs and answers. Thank you so much. Thanks for the invite and thanks for the patient listeners for all the participants. Thank you once again.